In the intense world of field hockey, there's a solitary figure often facing down a storm of fury, the goalkeeper. While the offense is about power and precision, the goalie's job is a constant battle of reactions, angles, and understanding the physics of an oncoming projectile. Today, we're diving deep into the science behind those game-saving stops with a look at how field physics play into the goalie's world. Before we get to the net, let's briefly touch on the field itself. The ball's behavior is shaped by the surface it travels on. Different turf types, from water-based to sand-filled, affect the ball's speed and bounce due to variations in friction and how they interact with the ball's surface. A ball hit on a faster, drier pitch will travel further and with less deviation than one on a slower, wetter surface. This knowledge of how the ball will behave on the field is crucial information for a goalie preparing for a shot. Understanding the trajectory and speed imparted by an attacker is informed by these field conditions. A goalie needs to anticipate not just where the ball is going, but how it's going to get there, factoring in the friction of the turf. Now, let's talk about the moment of truth, the save. When a player unleashes a shot, they're transferring a significant amount of momentum to the ball. Newton's laws are in full effect here. The attacker applies a force, accelerating the ball. The goalie's primary goal is to stop or redirect that momentum. This is where the concept of impulse becomes crucial. Impulse is the change in momentum, and it's equal to the force applied multiplied by the time over which that force acts. For a goalie, a good save often involves maximizing the time over which they absorb the ball's momentum. By moving their pads, gloves, or body with the impact, a goalie increases the time of contact. This, in turn, reduces the peak force they experience. Imagine catching a fast-moving ball by stopping your hand abruptly versus moving it back slightly. The latter is much easier on your wrist. It's the same principle applied with much higher speeds and forces. Geometry plays a huge role in a goalie's success. The angle at which the ball strikes the goalie's equipment is critical. A direct hit, perpendicular to the surface, transfers maximum energy. A glancing blow, however, can be deflected way more easily. Goalies use their bodies and pads to create angles that minimize the effectiveness of the shot. By positioning themselves strategically, they aim to make the ball hit a part of their equipment that will deflect it away from the goal, or at least to a less dangerous area. The save area expands and contracts based on the attacker's position and the ball's trajectory, a constant geometric calculation. While powerful hits are a primary concern, field hockey goalies also contend with less predictable elements like air resistance and spin. A ball hit with a significant amount of spin can curve through the air due to Magnus effect. This phenomena causes the air pressure to be lower on the one side of the spinning ball than on the other, pushing the ball into a curved path. For a goalie, this means a shot might not travel in a straight line. Anticipating this curve requires incredible vision and understanding of how different types of shots will behave. Sometimes a seemingly easy save can become incredibly difficult due to an unexpected spin. Additionally, air resistance, as we know, always works to slow the ball down, and this effect can be more pronounced on shots that are lofted or are traveling a long distance. Now, let's talk about the different playing surfaces field hockey is played on. First, there is a standard multi-sport turf like what we have at the track and in the stadium. This turf is designed to be versatile, so it's not always the best for field hockey. The ball tends to roll slower, and the surface can be a bit bumpy, which affects the accuracy of your passes and shots. It's okay for general play, but it's not ideal for high-level competition. Next up, we have AstroTurf, which is water-based. It's a whole different ballgame, literally. The water in the field helps the ball roll faster and more smoothly, making it for a much quicker and more technical game. You can really get some speed and precision on your passes, and the overall flow of the game is just faster. However, it requires regular watering to maintain that speed, and it can get pretty slippery. Finally, there's playing indoors on a gym floor or a hard court. This is probably the fastest surface of them all. The ball flies across the floor, and rebounds are super quick. It demands lightning-fast reflexes and precise stick work. Indoor field hockey is a different beast, emphasizing quick passing, tight control, and immediate reaction. Each surface presents unique challenges and requires different skills. Adjusting to these surfaces is a critical part of being a well-rounded field hockey player. I'm super excited to tell you why I chose field hockey for my passion project. So I'm not just any field hockey player. I'm a goalie, and not to brag, but I play at a pretty high level. There's something about being the last line of defense, that thrill of stopping a shot, that gets me every time. What I love most is that it's such a mental game. You've got to anticipate where the ball's going, read the attacker, and be ready to react in split second. It's intense, but when you make that save, it's the best feeling ever. Besides playing for the school and playing travel, I also coach the little kids. Seeing those little ones improve, get excited about the game, and make their first saves, it's awesome. It reminds me why I love the sport so much. Coaching them has also made me a better player. It forces me to think about the fundamentals and how to explain them in a way that makes sense. For my passion project, I'm diving into what it takes to become an elite goalie. I'm researching different training techniques, studying game film or pro goalies, and even experimenting with my equipment. My ultimate goal is to play field hockey in college, so this project is all about pushing myself to become the best goalie I can be. I hope this project will not only help me achieve my goals, but also inspire others to pursue their passions with everything they've got. So the next time you witness a breathtaking save, remember the physics at play. It's a combination of understanding forces and momentum, mastering angles, and reacting to the unpredictable forces of spin and air resistance. The goalie isn't just a player, they're a physicist in motion, constantly calculating and keep that ball out of the net.